Not to pack up to go home, not to unpack because you just got here, not even to show your friends what you bought at the gun show. Just do not touch guns during a ceasefire for any reason at all. After you change your targets, please return to the shooting area. Step back away from the tables just as you are now. That way people downrange don't think you're handling guns while they're out changing targets. Please be careful if you're footing out in the target area as sharp pieces of wood and nails have come loose. Be careful where you step. Range is cold, range is cold. You may now step down range to check, change, and replace targets. When you're done for the day, we ask that you pull those targets, toss them in the trash, take them home, whatever you want to do with them, but please pull them down. Range is cold, range is cold. Do not touch guns.
Hello YouTube, Jungle Runner here, and I'd like to introduce you to my Mosin Nagant. Picked this rifle up about a week and a half ago, put about 40 rounds through it, tore my shoulder apart, but I still love it. Brought it home, cleaned it up a little bit more, degreased it, and it's looking pretty rough on the wood, so I'm thinking I'm going to do something to refinish that here in the near future. But today what I wanted to show you was just the simple breakdown, field strip if you will, of the Mosin Nagant rifle. Very simple. All you need is a flathead screwdriver pretty much to disassemble this thing completely and clean it out. Okay, first thing I want to show you is everything that came with this rifle when I bought it. All of this stuff minus these here, this is the round that it takes. 7.62 by 54. Pretty beefy one. And that is a rimmed cartridge, which there's a lot of pros and cons to that. We'll get into that some other time. Today is just a simple breakdown of what comes in the surplus Mosin Nagant rifle package. You can pick one of these up for anywhere from 99 bucks to 150 bucks, somewhere in that range, but well worth it. Well worth it. Great rifle to have. Okay, starting off, comes with this ammo pouch, and what this is for holding clip strips or packs of ammo, surplus ammunition. Usually comes packaged pretty tight. Inside here, a couple little gadgets come with this rifle. A couple of cans. Now, I'm assuming these are for, there's a little bit of oil on there, I don't know if you can see it, but these are for your gun cleaners and lubricants in the field. Crack one open and see what's in there. A little bit of oil around the rim. Looks like most of it probably leaked out. This is a very old gun, so it's to be expected. So that's in pouch one of your ammo pouch. Pouch number two, you have your toolkit, basic issue toolkit that came with these rifles when they were in service. Okay, so this is what you have. Small package of tools, easy to carry in your ammo pouch. Small screwdriver like tool. This is really the only tool you're going to need to break down this gun, take it apart. You have your bore cleaner there. Not quite sure what these are for. Have to do some research on that. There you have it. That's what comes inside your ammo pouch with your Mosin Nagant rifle. Also comes with this little pouch. Just a simple canvas green pouch. Piece of twine attached to it. Assume that's for carrying rounds. Not quite sure. Just another utility pouch of sorts. Came with this gun lock, like most guns do these days. Pretty sure this isn't a standard issue for the period, but nonetheless, comes with a gun lock. Hooray to the protectionists. And last but not least, we have here, this is the sling. Here on the outside, you can see that's some old leather there. Pretty cool. Smells like my grandparents' basement. And inside your gunsling, wrapped up in there, is your bayonet. How cool is that? That again, it's got almost a screwdriver point on the end of that, so you could also use that to break down the weapon. And this is not a stock issue for this rifle. Serial numbers don't match, but it's an old gun. No big deal. Alright, now we have the rifle itself. Serial number 4486 is a 1943. You probably can't see it in the camera, but the date stamp is right here, 1943. Has the Soviet stamp up here, so we know it was made in Russia. And down here we have a triangle with an arrow in it. And that means it is a Ishvesh, not sure if I'm saying that right, Ishvesh Arsenal was who made this gun, or remanufactured it, however. There it is. Very simple gun to take apart. First thing you're going to do is remove your bolt. And you do that just like you do with pretty much any other hunting rifle. You're going to pull the bolt all the way back, hold down on the trigger, slide it right on out. Very simple. Alright, quick inspection, just give her a look-see, make sure you look through there good, no cracks, no craziness going on, because you don't want this thing blowing up in your hand. Then you're going to move up to the front of the gun, and you're going to take out your cleaning rod right here, and you'll just turn that towards yourself. Slide it right on out. Very simple. This is probably the hardest part to execute on this rifle. Removing these rings right here. You have these little clips here that you got to push down on, slide this ring over the top. I already got these started off camera just because it's difficult. Each one of these rifles varies a little bit, so you might get one that's real easy to do this with. This one, however, is not so easy. Basically, those slide off over the top of the gun. You just rest them up there in front of the barrel. Same goes for this second ring back here. Okay, so once you've got your rings removed, you're going to take off this piece right here. I've heard a lot of people call it a security plate. I don't really know what the name for it is. I'm just getting into these, so it's all new to me. This is the piece that goes right over the top of your barrel, held together by those two rings. Imagine to keep the barrel from flying off the gun, because this thing does kick like a mule. Still well worth it though for the money. 130 bucks. For under 200 bucks you can have a lot of fun with this gun out at the range at long distances. So that piece comes off. Set that aside. Now we're getting down here to the nitty gritty. And I'm going to use the tool that came with the rifle. The little one that came in that kit with the flathead screwdriver on the end of it. And this is the bolt you're going to remove first, right here, the end of the receiver stock. And on this rifle, it comes out fairly easily. Like I said, they're all a little bit different, so some stick in one place and not others, and there you have it. You're going to pull out that long bolt right there. Set that to the side. Then what we're going to do, we're going to keep our hand on the receiver here and flip it over. And you're going to remove your magazine stacker here. It's just a little simple spring action. You push your rounds down through the top of the rifle. They stack up in here. That's what I was talking about earlier with these rimmed cartridges having a downfall. So when you stack them in here, if the rims don't stack the right way, when you go to push a cartridge, to chamber a round, it gets hung up on that little lip on the back of the cartridge. So when you stack them down in your magazine, you always want to make sure that you stack on top of them so that the rim of the bullet on top is stacked in front of that rim. So kind of with a backward motion. We'll show that in another video, but it will help save you some time and the challenge of overcoming rim lock. But what you do to remove that is you just squeeze it down, pull it right out. Operates like a little scissors almost. See that little grabber piece right there? Holds on to that little plug right there. Okay, so once we remove that, we're going to remove this bolt right here. This is what holds your trigger guard and all that in place. This is a relatively shorter bolt, so it's easy to distinguish from your first bolt. So you don't get them mixed up when you're putting the gun back together. See? You can see the side by side there. The longer bolt is the first bolt we took out of the gun. That short one there is the one we just took out of the gun. Long on top, short on bottom. Can't go wrong. Okay, then we're going to remove our trigger guard. That just pops right out. Very simple. Pretty heavy. You can pull that out, shine her up, make her good as new. Now we're going to remove our receiver from the gun. I'm just going to rest the gun in my hand there. Grab hold, because we want to stabilize this. The trigger pins and stuff like that are a little loose in these old guns, and you don't want it to fly out and get lost under furniture in your house or somewhere else, down a vent, who knows. Okay, and there you have it. Very simple takedown. Had it not been for a video, this gun probably could have been torn apart in under 2 minutes. Aside from the little challenge with the rings on the barrel of the gun. But see there she is. There's the rings, still on the barrel. Then to put her back together, you just go in reverse. There you have your stock. Find your trigger position. Guide her right back down in there. Make sure you get those rings up to the front so that can rest firmly in the front of the gun there. Okay, then we're going to flip her over. Reseat our trigger guard. Slides back in just like that. Replace our small screw or small bolt on the bottom of the gun. Snug her up as best we can. Replace our stacker spring. Lock her down. Flip her back over. Long bolt in top. Cinch that down with our Mosin Nagant rifle tool that came with the weapon. Nice and tight. Make sure she's firm. Feels firm. Good enough for me. She's an old girl. 70 years old, damn near. Alright. Then we're going to replace our whatever it's called here, safety guard, barrel guard, I don't know. Make sure you bring your large ring back first. You're going to slide that back. Make sure you have the, there's a little bracket on the inside of that. Make sure that's on the bottom, because that's where you want your flex at. It's a little wider down there as well, so it just fits the contour of the gun a little better. Snap her into place. Do the same one up here on the front. Lock her down into position. Place our cleaning rod back into the rifle. Screw that down away from you to tighten it up. Grab your bolt. Place it into the receiver. Pull back the trigger. Slide it into position. And then this is a real cool trick I wanted to show you, just to put this in a safe position. If you place it into your first cock position here, notice that action there, and you slide it forward, it's just a little quarter of a turn there, and pull the trigger, it will engage and lock that bolt up for you, so you ain't got to worry about a misfire. Just make sure there's no rounds in there when you do it. Would not recommend it. There you have it. Mosin Nagant rifle. 130 bucks. Shop around, you might be able to get it cheaper than that. Fun weapon. I mean, if you get into it and start finding out the specifics, yeah, there's some collectible ones out there. This doesn't happen to be one, in my opinion. There's just a lot of history to this gun, a lot of little unique things about it, you know, little stamps all over the wood, all over the receiver. Just a lot of things that you can really research and find out a lot about where exactly this gun came from in the world and what it's been through during its time. So for that aspect alone, this is just a really cool rifle. Very cool rifle. Affordable. Cool. You can modify it. You can do whatever you want with this rifle. There's several aftermarket products for it. Scopes, tack mounts, you name it, it's all out there. And you can have the main part of it, the guts of the machine, for very little money out of pocket if you're on a budget. And make no mistake about it, this gun will get the job done. It's putting out some serious rounds that can go a long way. So if a long range rifle is missing from your necessities kit, I would recommend it. Jungle Runner recommended right here. Mosin Nagant M91 30. Excellent rifle. So there you have it, YouTube. Teardown of the Mosin Nagant rifle. Thanks for tuning in. This is Jungle Runner, signing out.